Peggy 18. Peggy 18.
You knew what you were getting into. Get inside the dam, reset the control systems, and prove yourself useful.
Agent. From this point on, you are Aspire 1 VR operative. Deploy this cutting-edge espionage unit on assignments around the globe. How you approach each mission is up to you. Just be sure to complete your objectives and make the most of Aspire 1's abilities.
Freeze.
From within the Aspire control theater, you will precisely control Aspire's every action. For the first time in VR, agents experience full freedom of movement without motion sickness. Together, we will redefine espionage.
Well done sneaking in, Agent. You've made your way into Dr. Zor's boardroom. Don't get too comfortable. You're only here to gather intel. As long as you don't touch anything, you shouldn't have any trouble. We expect nothing less than your usual professionalism. Good luck.
"2019 has been amazing for PUBG Games, with much more to come, including the highly anticipated Sorrento, but we're not stopping there. As you saw earlier, the Angry Birds Movie 2 VR Under Pressure is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR. We're so honoured to reveal today that PUBG are plucking it out of the digital world and are sending it soaring onto store shelves everywhere. We can't wait for you to try this zany underwater adventure when it launches later this year. Also later this year, Drunken Bar Fight will get a special edition with added DLC, introducing a few new levels and features like character selection, customization, unlockables, and 4-player multiplayer. So roll up your sleeves, ready for when Drunken Bar Fight Special Edition comes to retail in 2019. PUBG is always listening to the needs of the VR community, and that's why we are so happy to announce a physical edition of Pixel Ripped 1989, the multi-dimensional homage to retro gaming, is coming exclusively to the PUBG store. We'll be opening pre-orders very soon. And later this year, we'll continue to work with Alvor to publish their highly anticipated follow-up, Pixel Ripped 1995. This one will go to wider physical markets in all territories.
Right! That's it!
Well, almost. We've got one last thing to share with you today. Highwire Games' breathtaking PSVR exclusive adventure enables you to achieve the impossible as you gradually explore and unravel the secrets of an ancient city. It's one you've been waiting for, and today we are thrilled to reveal that Golem will get a physical release through PUBG Games at launch. Thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of the show.
So Pistol Whip is this kind of glorious hodgepodge of genres. We've been describing it as like a music rhythm FPS game, but it also has the inklings of like a runner game and a bullet hell game.
It's a shooter that you don't necessarily have to be dead accurate for to hit, and it's a rhythm game that doesn't require you to take out enemies in a specific order.
To me, the gameplay of Pistol Whip is all about speed. You're not taking your time and aiming down the sights to make sure you get a headshot on a dude. You don't have time for that. You gotta move quickly through the scene, taking out as many guys as you can, dodging bullets all at the same time.
I love this idea that you are kind of just focus on the thing that you're good at. And in this case, it's either being reactive and accurate to hitting enemies, or you're thinking about the beat and the musicality of it.
It's like taking chocolate and peanut butter in VR with your kind of flow state rhythm of Beat Saber, and you've got your frenetic action of Super Hot, and you put them together and you end up feeling like John Wick in a movie trailer, taking out targets and ultimately being this action hero badass.
We ended up listening to a whole bunch of different tracks, obviously, and as the team kind of focused in on what we really wanted the heart of the game to be, it became clear that one label in Montreal really stood out. Cannibal Records is who we ended up partnering with.
Straight from the grave.
They just seem to have this library of really dramatic and kick-ass epic action songs, but they're also just super fun. So it really kind of hit the sweet spot for us and what we were looking for.
A round of Pistol Whip feels kind of like watching a high-octane action movie trailer. You know, if you liked John Wick, Hardcore Henry, Equilibrium, you're probably gonna love this.
So for me, part of the inspiration for Pistol Whip was figuring out a way to kind of plant the user in the center of an action scene.
A lot of rhythm games do deal with just your static and you're in a void and things sort of fly past you. We wanted to go a different direction and move the player actually through a space so that we could tap into action movie tropes. This is not exactly the club from John Wick, but it's tapping into that same vibe.
Even by happenstance, without even trying, the player's going to be kind of musically flowing through the game just based on where the enemies are popping up.
The stuff that you see in your typical rhythm game, where you have a specific set of targets to hit at a specific timing, that doesn't exist here. You're presented opportunities in a rhythmic manner that's driven by the music that's at the heart of everything, and you choose how to capitalize on those.
At the start, you're trying to compete against yourself. You're trying to best your last score. You're trying to be more tactical and more surgical with how you're taking out enemies. You start in a panic state. I like the kind of steps and stages you experience as you kind of go through different songs and you learn how to be a great pistol whip player. I think our studio shines in terms of game feel. Whether it's a deeply complex narrative experience or something like we did for Valve with the Hand Labs experience or Pistol Whip, we pride ourselves on knowing what feels good, and I think Pistol Whip feels amazing, and people will get it when they play it.
Is that you? I didn't recognize you at first. You're all grown up. Do you remember the curious worlds we created together, you and I? We have a problem to handle there, and I think you can help.
We work closely with AMC to bring you The Walking Dead Onslaught. We're really excited about this title because it allowed us for the first time to bring together all the amazing technology that we built up from past shooters like Raw Data, the melee experiences from Creed Rise to Glory, and our locomotion system from Sprint Vector, for the first time bringing them together in an action-packed experience like no one's seen before. Not only did we get to work with AMC and some of their team and writers, we also got to work with some of the amazing talent on the show as well. As you're going through the campaign, you'll be able to level up your characters, unlocking new perks. Not only that, each character will have unique, iconic weapons that you've seen in the show they're using time and time again, and you'll be able to experience what it's like to play as those characters fighting off the walkers. With The Walking Dead, it's not just about the world itself and the walkers, but really how you interact with them. And we wanted to take that to the next level in VR. So building upon our past fan-animated technology with Creed, we wanted to take melee combat to the next level. So we created what we're calling progressive dismemberment. This new system, players not only can decapitate, scalp, carve, impale, and do all sorts of disgusting, horrible things to the walkers as they try to survive through this horrifying experience. It will be available at your local arcades across the globe, but also at retail for the Oculus Rift and the Vive systems.